Hello there everyone, welcome back to another One Piece card game video. This is the final video in the set review series for OP03 Pillars of Strength. We're going to be talking about yellow today, the final colour inclusion in the One Piece card game, one that most people are very excited for, myself included. There's a lot of really cool stuff to talk about, but before we jump into that, I do want to say if you're interested in competitively focused One Piece card game content, please do check out my Patreon, linked in the description. There you can find in-depth guides into basically every major meta contender. The OP02 guides and OP01 guides are on the channel already, so if you want like a sort of sample as the kind of quality you can expect, you should check those out. People have got top 8 using my guides before, so obviously that's pretty good. But what you can do is get a look at those. If you enjoy them, please do check out the Patreon. It's like $5 a month. I think it's pretty reasonable for what you're getting. The schedule at the moment is I post 2 guides a month on there. And talking about yellow, so I'll give you a little hint. Maybe Katakuri is going to be coming out soon. Maybe. Might already be out by the time you're seeing this. Ace definitely will be. So, obviously, if you want to be playing Ace, check it out. But Katakuri, I think, should be coming out around the time you're seeing this. I'm not 100% sure how things will shake out in the schedule just yet because by the time you're watching this, I'm definitely away. I'm traveling, so we'll see how this goes. But anyway, you don't care. Let's jump into it. But first, 70% of you are not subscribed. Just hit the button. Make me feel good. Let's get started. Okay, so we're not going to talk about Arlong or Linlin because I discussed those in previous videos, which you can check out up there. Let's start with Katakuri. Man, what a beautiful alt art. I'm really excited to get one of these. So, Katakuri is really good. Firstly, it's Big Mom Pirates traded, which is huge for a certain card we'll talk about later. As an effect, Don 1, when attack, look at up to 1 life card from the top of you, or so this is up to, look at up to 1 life card from the top of your or your opponent's life area and put it either on the top or bottom of the life area. So firstly, that's pretty good. You can peek at your opponent's life. You can figure out what they're playing potentially if there's like different builds. If you're trying to suss out like particular tech choices, you can force your opponent to trigger inoptimally. You can stack your own triggers. So I mean, this is obviously very good and kind of technical for a variety of reasons. But then also it just gains 1k. So this is a Don 1 7k attack, which is always going to be 7k, unlike Smoker, which in theory could have been this, but like wasn't. And you also just get incredible amounts of knowledge and you can like stack your opponent. Yes, this is an amazing effect. Outstandingly powerful. This is the reason Katakuri sort of is the premier yellow leader, and it is a force to be reckoned with in the meta. It is very good. Okay, firstly we got King Baum. This is a 3/5 with the trigger to trash the top or bottom card of your life and play this card. This is absolutely god-awful. This is never ever worth it, mainly because you cannot use the trigger if you have no life. So if this said, play this card, then trash up to one of your life, I'm like, okay, I mean, at least you can, you can stack it at least, but no, this is god-awful. Never play this. Kami, this is a 1/3, you never play this. Sanji, this is a good card. This is a 2-drop 3k, 2k counter. Don 2, on attack, you may add top or bottom card of your life area to your hand and add up to 1 life from the top of your deck to the top of your life area. So this is Don 2, draw 1, essentially, that you can potentially stack, right, with your leader effect. This is synergizes with Pudding, which we'll talk about later, because it's Sanji, so worth saying. It's a 2k counter, and the Don 2, you're going to be swinging 5 anyway with this. Wow, W card all around. Fantastic card. Really powerful. Next, we've got Bobbin the Disposer. This is a 2/4, so it's dog shit. Charlie, this is a 3/3, 1k counter. It has blocker, and an on play, look at up to 1 card on top of you or your opponent's life, and place it at the top or bottom of its opponent's life. Argument to use this in Big Mom, but in Katakuri, I'm just going to attack with my leader instead of playing this. Then we've got Charlotte Oven. So this is a... it's weird that you can't see all of that. Anyway, sorry. This is a... 3/4, this is a 1k counter. Don 1, when attacking, you may discard a trigger from your hand. This character gains 3k during this battle. So the fact that this is like an 8k swing, so you put 2 Don on it and it becomes 9k, is obviously kind of good, but like, bit too hefty for my liking. I think there's other cards I'd rather be playing, and like, your triggers are usually something you don't want to be discarding. Next, we've got Charlotte Opera. This is a 4/6. This sees some play because its vanilla stat lines are very powerful in this game. 2/2, Charlotte Galette. This is a 1k counter and blocker. This used to see play. I'm not convinced it does anymore because, 5+ market. But yeah, I mean, it's a chump blocker. Charlotte Cracker. We only show alt arts on this channel. No peasant rarity here. So this is a 4/5, 1k counter. Don 1, while you have less life than your opponent, spoiler, that's going to be quite common. This character gains double attack and 1k power. So there's a 7k, 7k swing with double attack if you have less life. Good, very good. Then trigger, discard a card, play this. Let me give you a spoiler. Anything that says play this card as a trigger with an even remotely reasonable cost to that is a staple 4-of, because you know what? It's absolutely worth losing one card from my hand to establish a 5k body. That is so unbelievably worth it. And remember, you're playing Katakuri. You can stack this, right? If I check the top card of my life and it's a cracker, I'm going to go, yep, let me leave that one right there. And you just get to build a board. You can make like decisions with this in mind. So good. And of course, in Big Mom, you can just take it from your hand and put it there. Really, really, really powerful card. Staple 4-of. Chiffon, this is a 2/3. On play, you may trash top or bottom card of your life and place up to one card top or bottom of your deck to the life. Yeah, this is real bad. Charlotte Smoothie, this is a 4/5, 1k counter. When attacking, you may add one life from the top or bottom, one card from the top or bottom of your life to your hand. This character gains 2k for the battle, so it's a 7k swing for free, and then trigger discard a card to play this. You are playing this because it is a trigger that plays itself. You rarely are going to use that effect to add life to your hand, but this can be good to, like, if your opponent's just not giving you life cards. Like, this is just, you're forced, you're like, nope, I want to draw. I need to unbrick my hand, and this can let you do that. Just a very good card all around. Obviously not as good as Cracker, but still very, very powerful. Then we have got Charlotte Praline. This is a 3/5 vanilla, whatever. Charlotte Pudding. This is your top searcher, and it searches the top 4. So once again, taking an L compared to red, but top 4 is a hell of a lot better than top 3. Rest in peace, black. So here you can add a Big Mom Pirates or Sanji, because, you know, banter. So being able to search that 2k counter Sanji is really, really nice. So yeah, I mean, stable 4-of, obviously. Next, we've got Charlotte Paris Bearer, another insanely powerful card for the Big Mom Pirates here. So it's a 3/5, doesn't have counter, but on KO, you just top search 3 for Big Mom Pirates. And then the trigger, again, it's a trash to play, so yep, staple 4-of, fantastic. And yeah, the alt art looks clean as hell. Shout outs to my friend Luke, who will be max rarity in yellow. I'm excited to see that in person. Anyway. Then, Charlotte Lin. So this is the demonic monster that is basically having everyone shit themselves. So this is a 10/12, right? Getting flashbacks to 10-drop Kaido, I imagine. On play, if your leader has the Big Mom Pirates type. So, you can use this in Katakuri, you can use this in yellow Lin, and you can use this in yellow black Lin. Place up to one card from the top of your deck at the top or bottom of your life, so you can choose. And trash up to one of your opponent at the top card of your opponent's life. Insanely good. Like, this is truly, it's difficult to, like, convey just how good this card is. You heal 1, so essentially this reads draw 1, null your opponent's next fat attack, like whichever one you choose, also burn your opponent for 1, and get a 12k swing on your next turn. So if they're at 1 life when you play this, you're just killing them on the next turn, right? Like, I mean, it's very unlikely that they're gonna, like, have enough blockers just, like, chill. And remember, your Katakuri, most likely, so you're pressuring 7k swings throughout the game, so their hand is probably not gonna be the fattest. Yeah, just really, really, really powerful card. 4-of in any deck that can play it. Struyson, this is a 1/1, Struyson. On play, pitch a trigger, K up to one of your opponent's characters with cost of 1 or less. You are never using that effect. You are playing this because it's a 2k counter that is Big Mom Pirates traded, so it is searchable. Shirahoshi, this is a mermaid, 5/0, 1k counter. On play, draw 3, discard 2, and trigger plays this card. This sees a lot of play. I'm not a massive fan of it, but being able to unbrick your hand is so good. Obviously, it does nothing on the board, and you never, ever want to be, like, hard playing this, but you are able to just stack your life, and, you know, you do a lot of healing, so, like, it's very likely to just get played from a trigger anyway, and it has a 1k counter, so you can always just pitch it from your hand. So that's pretty good, I guess. It's really good. Napoleon, this is a 3/3, Big Mom Pirates Homies traded, 1k counter. Activate main, you may rest this card up to one of your Lin-Lins and gains 1k power until the start of your next turn, and the trigger plays this card. So obviously this is very good because you can use this with leader Lin-Lin to make either of them, to make them 6k, or you can buff one of your other Lin-Lins, and, you know, make them very, very, very scary indeed. Also, this combos with the homies from the starter deck, so you got one that gives banish and you got one that gives double attack, so you can potentially buff, like, it's possible if, like, you get up, like, set up 2 Napoleons and one of each of those, your Lin-Lin's like 7k, double attack, banish on both turns. It's a funny, cute little combo. It's not that good, but, I mean, this is definitely the best one, because, like, 6k on both turns is very, very valuable, and this is something that, like, actually could save you games, so it's worth keeping in mind. Ikoku Sovereignty. This is a 2-cost counter event. Up to one of your leaders or characters gains 5k for the battle, so for some reason you just get a 2-cost 5k event. Yes, this is played. Trigger, you may discard 2 cards from your hand, add up to 1 card from the top of your life, top of your deck to the top of your life. And that trigger is also kind of good. If you've just got bricks sitting in your hand, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and heal 1, because again, it's essentially this only really a discard 1, right? Now, obviously, you're also losing the card that this trigger effect, so it is technically a discard too, but still, this is really, really powerful, like insanely good. Buzz Cut Mochi. This is a 2-cost event. Main if you have less life than your opponent, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less, and trigger, play up to one character with trigger with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So this is actually kind of better in Arlong than in any of the yellow decks, mainly because you do quite a lot of healing. So in the early stages of the game, this is likely to get used. Like, this is kind of best in dual color leaders in the early parts of the game when like you are getting a lot of value out of it. But then like later on in the game, it's like, you know, with this format with having so many 5 costs and bigger, like it's sort of awkward. It's fine. It just like doesn't really do enough. And again, like events have got to be really doing something really, really crazy to be worth like the space. You know, we're not Ace. Tropical Torment. This is a 3-cost event. Main, if your opponent has 4 or more life, place up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life into the trash, and then the trigger activates this card main effect. So this is kind of, you know, dumb because you can just like the first couple of life, you can just go burn. Obviously, that is very, very good. But the fact this is completely useless in like the latter half of the game means that you never really play it. Thunderbolt. So this is a 2-cost event. Main, you may trash 1 card from the top of your life, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less, but the trigger just KOs one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less, and this is the one you play because, again, you can stack it, you can like rearrange all your stuff, you do so much healing that you're always going to be hitting this on trigger, and, you know, you can always pitch it from your hand with one of your other effects, right? You've got so many on trigger pitch to play that like you've got discard outlets. So yeah, this is a really, really, really powerful card. Absolutely sees play. And then finally, we've got Charlotte Katakuri. Oh god, this artwork goes so hard. This is 8 cost, 8k. On play, put up to 1 character that cost 8 or less on the top or bottom of its owner's life area face up. This is an insanely powerful card. 8 cost Kid, 7 cost Luffy, 7 cost Green Kid, 7 cost Ace. 5 cost Marco. You just run through like every sticky, annoying unit. As long as it's not a 9 or a 10 cost, this is just dealing with it. And you stack it to the bottom of the life, so they're not seeing it, and by the time they do, it is not doing anything. Obviously, you can stack it to the top 2 if you're planning on also just, you know, next turn, just, Big Mom, trash it. Funny. Yeah. Super, super powerful card. You play this in every single yellow deck. It is so generically useful, so powerful. Amazingly good secret rare. So, overall, that is the yellow support. It's pretty damn good. Yellow is very much a meta contender. Keep an eye out on the channel, subscribe for my Katakuri, and I'll be doing deck profiles for basically all of them, but like keep an eye out for those. And of course, head on over to my Patreon. The Katakuri in-depth guide, if it's not out by the time you're seeing this, it will be out very soon. So go over there, subscribe, check out my guides. I hope you find them useful. But that is it for this video. I really do hope you guys found it informative. Like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more in-depth, competitive, One Piece card game content, but also card reveals and all that sort of stuff. And check out my links in the description again, and I hope to see you in that next video. Cheers.